I guess, yeah.
It says open Zoom and then it says launch meeting.
Okay, yes, I'm admitting you. Okay, hi there. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Christine.
So you
A
guys
little
should be all
glitch
set.
with starting.
Christine, this is Rebecca. You didn't need a code. I don't know why it keeps telling you that you do.
Oh, well, it wouldn't let me log in, but I used the code. But
Okay.
so I didn't
Yeah, you're
know.
logged in. You're good to go. So you can
Okay.
stay the host and I'm gonna go. But if you need me, call me.
All right, so do you need to start it for us?
No, you're
normally?
all set. You've already started it. It's recording. You're good to go. So as soon as you start
Okay.
the meeting, you're good.
Okay, but I did sign in an hour ago because I did need the code.
I remember that. Yeah, we talked.
Yeah.
So if you have
I
any
think it's the
issues-
first time it said that it was a different location and a different device. So maybe it's
Was
just the
it?
first time.
Oh,
It
okay.
said that
Maybe.
it was a different a new location and a new device.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
I think it's because so many people are now using all of the accounts. So like
Uh-huh.
we have the new media service people, and in order to do a hybrid meeting, they have to use all the accounts that are with Wellfleet. So
I
no
see.
other meeting can take place when the select board does their hybrid
Right.
meetings.
I
So,
see.
and I think they're logging in all over the place, Barnstable, Orleans, Brewster. I think it's now
Mhm.
requiring a code anytime someone signs in.
Yeah.
So let me know if you have an issue and I'll help you
So
out.
so you made me the host?
Yep, I am the
Okay.
co-host, but I'm gonna leave and you're gonna become the host.
Great. Thank you very
All right.
much for your help.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm trying to get to gallery view and it's not there. For some reason, it's not letting me do gallery view. Let's see.
Preview, gallery
There we
view.
go. I got it. Hi, everybody. Hi, Olivia's doggies. So Jaya wasn't not able to come.
That's right. Yeah, we heard from her.
But we have 4 of us, so that's good. And I didn't get a chance to call Jane, but I will after the meeting. And Marcia Sexton was going to try to call in just to see. I was talking to her about possibly joining. So she's going to try to dial in and attend the meeting.
Oh, good.
And what are we, is it 11? Nope, we got 3 minutes.
It's 11 now.
Oh, it is?
I have a minute. I'm just trying to open my documents.
Okay. Do you want to use the screen and share something or?
No, it's just for taking notes.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready. So we did have an email from Mike. He will not be able to attend. But I just admitted Marcia, so she should come up. I hope I didn't click it twice and knock her out.
See her, but she's connecting to audio, it says.
Oh, okay, good.
And Chris Wisniewski wasn't able to make it.
Right. Okay. So why don't we get started?
Jane Sharp. Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, I must have my my audio people. Yeah, let me not show the, there we go. I had my hiding, I was in a big meeting, so I hid non-video people. This is the Wellfleet Recycling Committee, June 7th, 2022. It is, this meeting is being recorded. Does anyone have any welcome announcements or introductions? I do. My friend Marcia Sexton wanted to see what was going on with the recycling committee. She's really interested in all things recycling. And she just wanted to see what we do. So she's listening in. Anybody have anything, any other announcements? I'm going to pull up, Mike was not able to be here. So I'm going to pull up the email that he sent. Did that go to everybody? Do you remember, Lydia?
Yes.
So
Oh, okay. So if everybody saw it, then I don't need to read it out. So there were just some announcements about the boat shrimp wrap ending June 30th. And when the transfer station is closed for Juneteenth and July 4th. He said leaf compost is available. And hazardous waste days, there's 2 more. The next one is in August 6th in Truro. Next is Carol. Carol, do you have anything you'd like to share from Energy Committee?
I'm sorry, nothing earth-shaking happening.
No problem. Thank you for being here. And I looked at annual calendar notes and I made note of them. And of course, now I can't find my piece of paper where I made the notes. One thing was outreach for refill Cape Cod. So we'll get to that. And there was Strawberry Festival. And I think Nancy has made arrangements with Historical Society to borrow community cutlery. Is that right, Nancy?
Yes.
And what's the date of Strawberry Festival?
Sunday, June 19th, Father's Day.
Okay.
and it's delicious.
They haven't posted the time yet, but usually it's early afternoon.
Okay. If you want, I can pick up the community cutlery stuff if you know what you need. Like the day before, or that's a Sunday. Yes, we'd have to do it Saturday, or we can do it together, whichever.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can do it together. I can do that as well. So, but maybe if you need to show me where, sure.
Yeah, I may need to show you where things are.
That would be helpful.
Okay. Do you know of anything else on the calendar, Lydia?
Just, well, for July, the road race is July 10th this year. So we're gonna get into gear for that
Okay.
for next month. And the parade, I understand, and Marcia being on the Chamber of Commerce, who's the sponsor, that is on July 4th, I think, on Monday, July 4th.
And they need a convertible, Nancy, for the Grand Marshal. I thought of yours.
I saw that, and Frederick and I joked. We said, yeah, I think they want a fancier one than that.
They may not be picky. So road race is on the 10th and so we'll be doing water handouts, canned water.
Yeah, canned water, water in cups.
So
I can work at the road race if you need volunteers.
Oh, wonderful.
That would be
Okay.
super helpful.
Yeah, and I can.
Canned water, you said, so there won't be cups.
They'll be both.
Okay.
Well,
So
we'll still have the wax paper cups for the Fusties. I don't think we'll need to do, well, they may bring their delivered spring water out. They did that last year. But we did order another Fusty, so we have the 15 liter and a 10 liter. That
we
we
could
can
get
use.
more garbage cans this I think it would be helpful.
More of the X-frames for recycling and garbage.
Yeah, just so that, sorry, at the last race when, the runners all take the cups and then throw them on the ground. I felt like if we'd had a
Oh,
second
that's right. So you were doing a remote station, I think.
remote station, yeah. Are we doing that
Okay.
again?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lydia, this is the traditional route out to the bay. The
Yeah,
end of
because it's right
Newcastle
out of
Bay.
the parking area and then they turn there.
Turn around. Okay.
Maybe we can get some, I know in years past, Cape Pool and Sustainable Practices has helped out as well. So
Mhm.
maybe we can get some extra volunteers, maybe Care for the Cape and Islands.
Mhm.
I'll bet with that. I know last time there were, well, anyway, we can get into more details, work out the deep logistics, maybe outside of the meeting a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah, and I can help again too. I think I already volunteered last month.
oh,
Thank you.
great, alrighty. So we have Nancy, Lydia, I assume, since you're coordinating, Olivia and myself. Great, thank you. We don't have Carrie from Mass Dep. Public Works refill stations, the only update is that the 20,000 that the DPW has put in their budget is still in their budget, which is kind of a miracle, but anyway, so we'll be voting on that at the town meeting. The money that they had put in for the engineering study, which they want to do before they can consider a new building for the swap shop,
Mhm.
has been postponed to September, which is unfortunate.
What was postponed for September, which?
The engineering study for the transfer. service,
Oh, okay,
which
yeah.
Jay wants to precede any discussions about a new building for the swap shop.
Yeah.
That will be voted on in September.
I wonder if
But,
there's any grant money from the DEP or from other entities that could help the town with that, since the town is financially having some struggling. a little bit.
There are micro grants. I wonder if municipalities are eligible, or is it nonprofits?
Something that Carrie could look into for us.
Okay, would you be willing to send an email asking?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, next item is printed materials. Lydia ordered some banners.
I did, and I have them right here. I haven't opened them yet, so this is a big reveal.
Oh, boy.
One.
You have to back up a little. Oh, there we go. So that can be attached to the tent or table or whichever.
Yeah, it has grommets.
Great.
And,
Should we use that for town meeting?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll bring some string or rope, and then we have this one too.
And does that have us, our name down at the bottom?
Yeah,
Great. I like that one, especially when we're handing out water.
yeah. It has some fasteners that will go to the back, or we can, yeah. I think it'll be.
It has grommets at the top.
This one doesn't have grommets. It's got
Mhm.
some, there's going to be these plastic things that go on the back in each
Oh, okay.
that hold it.
Great. And Lydia, I did send that in to Nick for reimbursement.
Oh, great. Thank you.
He said the next check date is June 21st. So they won't
Sure.
be cut till then.
We also got some rack cards, which are actually horizontal. They can be used as a postcard or as a thank you note or as a,
Oh, the ones with the whale on them?
yeah.
Nice. Okay. Swap shop new building. We already covered that with the DPW engineering study being postponed for a vote until September. Waste reduction, plastic bottle ban article for September outreach. So, you know, I have mixed feelings about the current state of that article. I mean, it was started by the select board and then they changed it and then we changed it and then they changed what we changed. So now we have something which I'm not really sure I'm comfortable promoting, but I wanted to see how other people feel about it. The current version, the amendment is to ban carbonated plastic bottle, single serve beverages, carbonated beverages in plastic bottles less than 21 ounces. But it's only carbonated beverage. So that means water and carbonated water and sodas.
And this is non-alcoholic.
And it's non-alcoholic. We wanted all plastic bottles
Would
for beverages under 21 ounces.
It would undo the current plastic water bottle ban?
No, that's still in place.
Okay, sorry.
So the still water, which is the plastic water bottle ban, less than a gallon, is still there. And then a second clause is added saying that plastic water bottles under 21 ounces or carbonated beverages are banned. So it's really just soda and water are the only carbonated beverages I can think of. But that means, I don't know how meaningful that is. And I wonder, since no other towns are doing anything like that, except on Martha's Vineyard that I know of. A few towns in Martha's Vineyard specifically target soda bottles. But not other types. So what are other people's feelings? Do we want to go with this? Would we rather pick our battles on nips or, I don't know.
So it's not going to include juices, things like sports drinks like Gatorade,
Right,
but it will include soda bottles, which there's a lot of those around.
yes.
So instead of those, we'll be seeing things sold in cans as they already are,
Mhm,
and as the water already is.
right.
So I think that's a good thing.
Mhm.
Seems like a step in the right direction. I mean, I agree it's not as inclusive as we wanted, but I'm not sure opposing it would make sense.
It would be a more, see, it's actually a select board article. So it's really just a matter of us voting to recommend it or not, which we can do in August. But the question is, do we want to do outreach now? Do we want to go around and talk to businesses, let them know it's going to be on the ballot in September, make sure they understand it, and discuss how it will affect them and what alternatives there might be?
I think that's a good way to proceed. You want to be as informative as possible. I think pretty soon they're not going to have much time to talk. So
Right.
July approaches and
Mhm.
I guess, does this one need as much outreach? Because really, they still can sell canned. It's really just eliminating the 20-ounce plastic soda bottles, right?
anything under 21.
Anything under 21 ounces, yeah. So it would
Right,
be
but that's
liters and-
mainly the 20-ounce
Yeah.
primarily, or 16.
Right,
And then the cans would just replace it.
right.
I mean, I would think the businesses will have an easy time with
Right.
that.
Now, the one thing I'm wondering about is carbonated water. Is that available?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, in cans.
seltzers, carbonated, like sparkling water in plastic bottles by lots of different
Right, I'm
makers.
wondering if there are alternatives, if it's available in cans, and maybe that's something I could do a little
Seltzers
research
aren't-
online.
Seltzers are definitely available in cans, like all the LaCroix come in cans. And
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Polar is
Yeah.
made in Worcester.
Which brand?
Polar.
Polar.
Oh, I
Polar
didn't know that was local.
I don't know the Polar has
Oh
as
yeah.
many
Oh
yeah.
yeah. A
That'd be
huge
Polar.
range, of different flavors,
comes in cans.
and also plain seltzer.
Yeah.
As well as I mean there's just tons of them. Out
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've almost exclusively seen my friends who drink it, it's pretty much in cans.
Right. If you buy 6 packs, I'm just wondering what they have.
Yeah, typically you have to
Probably.
buy a carton of them. It's hard to find single cans of seltzer.
Carton away
Correct.
with the evil plastic neck, so it's a double
Oh.
benefit, bonus
Mhm.
benefit.
Mhm. Right,
There's also some nice glass bottled seltzer out there. Not refillable, unfortunately. I mean, the manufacturer's not refilling them, but that would be great if they did.
okay. Well, what we could do is do some kind of flyer. We can go around to stores and see what they're currently having to see what's affected, which would just be the marketplace, Gumby's.
Does any place in Wellfleet sell seltzer makers?
Seltzer what?
Like home seltzer makers? Home carbonated
You can probably get them at
nose.
Orleans but I don't see them at the markets.
East Town sells the refills,
Refill.
the CO2 things, so you don't have to go to. Hyannis anymore. So quite a few places sell them. But we can, for hope, although this doesn't really affect home use, it's more, convenience foods. So anything else besides Market and Cumbies? In South Wellfleet, is there any convenience store there?
Yeah, there's the Maurice's Campground one.
If they're open this year. Is the
Online.
sale going to go through before? Or
No.
they?
Not on the,
Oh, I think that's voted in September.
Oh, okay.
I think, doesn't the Blackfish gas station have a little convenience store?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. The Citgo there, yeah,
The Shell or whatever, yeah, whatever it is, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
And
The mobile
How about-
station, tiny convenience store. I think they just sell beer, but they might sell
oh,
some.
okay.
How about the liquor stores? Do they? I forget.
They sell
Oh.
seltzers,
Oh,
Yeah.
do they?
mixers, and stuff like that.
It would affect their tonics, like tonic water, probably.
Yes, that's possible because it's less than a liter or. Yeah, I wonder about tonic and club. What's it? Well, club is the same as seltzer pretty much.
All available in cans and they're very popular.
Okay. So do you think we need to go around and see what they're carrying or just do research on, here are the alternatives so that if we do some kind of flyer, we can
Mhm.
see what kind of replacement products we should cover in terms of.
Yeah, I would say to have a look at what they're selling already and say, thanks for offering this and
Okay.
wanting to move toward, assuming the voters approve it, they're going to
Mhm.
phasing out plastic bottles.
Right. Should we try to divide up the list or something so that we go to different places or?
I think it's good to have two people go at one place, because it's better to work in teams rather than just on your own.
If we're just surveying, it might be if we're doing errands, just kind of, like, I know I'm
Back
going
in,
to the
yeah.
liquor store today, so
Right.
I can go to I can go to the Cumberland one and the downtown one and just sort of do
Okay.
a quick survey
Alrighty,
of their seltzers and sodas.
that would be great. I can do, well, Morris isn't open yet. I don't, and of course, there's 3 liquor stores. There's South Wellfleet and 2 in town, right?
Yeah,
I could probably do liquor stores.
I can talk to the marketplace.
Okay.
I'm not,
Lydia's Market. Liquor stores is Christine and.
no, I said I'm going to
oh,
the liquor
that's
stores today, so I can do
Okay.
that.
okay,
Yeah.
so that's Nancy.
Yeah, so I'll do the 3 of them. I'll look at the, that way
Oh, wonderful. Okay,
I can pick the best wine, right?
there you go. Compare prices.
Right.
I was disappointed, well, not disappointed, but well, I won't go into that now. Okay, I can do Cumbies and check the one in South and check the little ones at gas stations. See what they carry. Alrighty. And then some kind of a flyer. Is anyone willing to take a stab at that? We could base it on the last one we did. We need ideas. Did you say something, Olivia?
I can take a stab at it, especially if you
That'd be
send me.
wonderful. Thank you. We can send you what we did for previous informational things, just to give you ideas, but whatever you come up with would be wonderful. And then, maybe we can just do through the chamber. Now, Lydia, you mentioned that we have a website there. We have a way to log in and post things or?
Well, on the chamber website, all members have a page,
Mhm.
and it has the brief description, and I think you can put an image or two.
Oh, okay.
And it's yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we do have a credit for an email blast. So if we want to do anything this year this summer.
Mhm.
I was really discouraged yesterday. I forgot my water bottle at home and I was going through town on the way out to the beach. I said, there's no place to get water, but then I remembered town hall was open, so I could go in there and get some water. But after all these years, I was like, God darn it, why don't we have any water everywhere?
Well,
Um,
also this adult community center has water.
Inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, at the recreation building at the pier,
Okay.
Bakersfield. That's
All
what,
righty, so we'll do our surveys, and if we have anything to trade around before the next meeting, that'd be great. Otherwise, we'll look at what we have in July. So on to, let me get back. Okay, so that was outreach for September. On the refill Cape Cod outreach, discovery map and decals. We did get, I think I sent that out. We got Jack's boat rental wanted a decal, and they're gonna start providing water. And so we got some estimates on decals. There was a place called Sticker U that Chris used for her straw campaign a few years ago. And she said they worked really well. They were easy to get off. They were good quality. So I got an estimate from them, and it was about $100 for, was it $100 for, do you remember? I said the, let me find it. How much? Oh, I know where I have it. Sorry for the delay here. It was about $100 for 100. And I was thinking of doing 100 just because other towns may want some. And I haven't checked with them yet, but we have both the Seashore, we have Seashore, Orleans, and Eastham, and maybe, and P-Town refill stations on our map. And they potentially might want some stickers. I don't know. I was thinking that we could maybe provide some at the to the chamber, or put something in their newsletter saying we have these. If you provide water to your customers, you know, we're happy to give you this decal
that's a good idea.
to put on your window. So what do, and let me look at the order. So the order was for, it was $90 for, doesn't have the quantity on here. I think it was for 100.
That seems like a good deal.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
pretty reasonable. So what do people think about quantity?
100 makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
probably they get more. It's not a lot of money. You probably get more expensive the less you,
Okay,
right?
yeah, and you pay a $15 shipping and handling cost.
You're not gonna go out of date, so.
Okay, yeah. I can quickly, well, you all know what it looks like. They sent a nice little picture of it on a notebook just so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so I'll go ahead and order those. There's one thing I was thinking of, which is crazy that we should need them, but on every July 4th race, we have a terrible time with our food grade hoses, getting them across the street to the to where the race is without cars running over them and damaging them. And you can actually purchase things that fit hoses that allow cars to roll over them without damaging them.
Gee, I wish the DPW would buy those.
Yeah, they probably don't have much interest in buying them. You mean for us?
Well, for the town, it seems like a thing that could be used more than just by the recycling committee.
Yeah. Well, we could approach them, or we have, oops, we have Jude. I just admitted Jude. Hi there, Jude.
Hi there. I've been listening on the phone. Thanks for letting me in.
Sure.
I just wanted to hear what you guys were up to. I support recycling and I'm running for select board, so just wanted to
Okay.
listen in.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I don't, you know, at this point, and oh, and here's Carrie also.
Do you have a
I
sense of
did-
how much they cost?
I think it was like, I don't know, I don't think it was more than $100 to put enough to go across Kendrick and by
Mhm.
where we put the hose.
I think I
And-
would move to buy that and checking first with the DPW to see if they want to buy it. And if they
Okay.
don't, then we could buy it.
I'm sure I know the answer to that question, but I'm willing to ask it.
We'll ask them, I think.
Okay. So it's drinking water road protectors or something like that.
And they're good quality. They're not gonna, just get
They
smushed.
had some that were fairly heavy and that had like 2 channels in them like this to put the hoses through. And then they were heavy enough to, the ones we had before did not fit the hose. They were for electrical cables. And that's why we had so many problems. Okay,
Measure
So-
twice and buy, make sure that it's actually gonna reach the,
yes, I'll go down and measure the road. Try to avoid getting run over. So we would need those by, you said it was 7:10.
yeah.
Okay. All righty, the next thing we had on our list was the beach cleanup pilots. Has anybody seen any of the beach department pilots for beach cleanup stations? I've not noticed any yet.
No.
Okay.
I actually, I don't know if this is a good time. I wanted to flag something to do with beach cleanup. And I don't know if this is a problem at other beaches, but at
Mhm.
the beach that I walk at every day, which is the Fox Island Beach, there's no garbage can, which is fine, but well-meaning people collect beach trash and then leave it in the parking area.
Mhm.
And then other people see that and think, oh, it's a garbage pile. And then
Yeah.
just, it grows. And then occasionally I'll lose my mind and take it away, which I think then makes it worse because then people think, oh, the trash magically gets taken away. Like I took it away the other day and it started right away the next morning. And it's like,
Mhm.
so is this a problem at other places where there aren't garbage cans?
Yeah.
And then something we can make signs for saying, this beach is carry in, carry out, like, please do not, leave things here, informing people about the marine debris pile at the transfer station.
We would probably need to get permission from whoever owned the property, whether that's the Conservation Trust or.
Are there
Commission
any
Conservation
signs there
Commission.
now? Oh, sorry, excuse me. Are there any signs there now? Any kind of sign at all?
Yeah, the only signs there at the beach, there's a pole with 2 signs that say, this beach is only for shellfish. No recreational shellfishing.
I
So
wonder, oh, sorry. If we said something like this beach, like you said, carry in, carry out, it is not maintained or whatever the word would be. It's not a place where the DPW picks up on a regular basis or something like that. So people know that it's they really shouldn't be leaving anything there because it's not serviced.
Right. And I thought informing people maybe, because I notice a lot of, it usually starts with oyster bed trash. Like someone picks up the nets, then they think they're doing a good job. So I was like, maybe if we inform them that, please take marine debris to,
Mhm.
Yeah,
that there is a place at the transfer station to deposit marine debris. I mean, people may not know that. I don't know, it's just me.
That's a nice idea. So Lydia, when the RC did the carry in, carry out decals, those were all used by the DPW to put on trash receptacles or?
yeah, we did that. We have, those are good, but it's more of a logo. It's not really a descriptive, kind of
Okay.
sentence, which
Mhm.
I think is what's needed here. I mean, maybe both, but I
Mhm.
think, like Christine said, checking with the Conservation Trust or whoever produced the sign that's there and the DPW and saying, can we add this line, can we add this sign to your
Yeah,
existing?
that pole seems to be maintained by, I think, maybe the shellfish constable.
Okay,
It's like definitely a shellfish
Oh,
alert, that there's no recreational shellfishing and that these are commercial oyster beds, stay off.
I'm gonna talk to Nancy Chuetta, the Shellfish Constable, about adding a panel to that sign.
Sure. And
I think
it's
that's a
okay if I
good
say
idea.
it's on behalf of the committee?
sure. That'd be great. And if they need some kind of, if we can put some kind of a sign up, maybe the DPW, they have a sign making machine.
Oh,
Maybe they could make some signs for us or for themselves, for somebody. In any case, so the DPW will not start doing rounds of trash pickup. So it would have
Of
to
course
be,
not.
yeah.
Just Tell
So
the
I
people
think,
doing a good thing that they collect this trash and they leave
Right.
it. Like
right,
now everyone else thinks it's a okay thing to do. And all of a sudden there's dog
Exactly.
bags and
I know,
That really bugs me.
yeah.
and I said, and I
I
feel like
think
I'm worsening it when I lose my mind and take it away because I'm teaching them.
Reinforcing the behavior.
Yes,
And
exactly.
The children are not learning.
Trash gets removed. So
Yeah. They get
I mean, I do that everywhere, especially like on Great Island and Duck Harbor, they're always leaving piles. People are, coming way out on Jeremy Point and they just build and build and build until there's a beach cleanup and then it all has to be hauled away, but
they're really remote locations, so that
that's
kind
true.
of makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
They're gathering it because they,
like right by cars. So I'm just like, did you leave it right outside your car? I don't understand.
Alrighty, so you'll talk to
I'll talk
Nancy and then if there are any spots that are conservation trust lands, I can check with Denny O'Connell, the chairperson, about that. And I guess we could just do it on a case-by-case basis. But if we have some kind of signage or something, about reinforcing carry in, carry out and marine debris collection, that would,
All right, I'll work on some
Mhm.
language too. I've been running through
okay, alrighty. So you'll start by talking to
Nancy. Yeah. I'll see if
Nancy,
that's
wonderful.
her hold.
So where exactly is the Fox Island Marsh parking
At
lot?
the dead end, it's not a real parking lot if it's about 4 cars. Is it the dead end of King Phillips Road?
Oh, okay. Is that point called Field Point or what is it called? Do you know?
No, the Oystermen call it Fox Island. Because I
Yeah.
went on a bed tour.
Hmm,
The people
okay.
who live and that's what they called it. So I was like, okay, I
Okay.
guess that's what it's called. But
Ready?
Huh, I thought Fox Island was way closer to, oh, what do you call that? Pilgrim
it's where-
Spring.
Yeah,
Well, this is
well, it's
Pilgrim's
it's a whole area.
the road right before Kings Phillips Road is called Fox Island Road. So I guess that whole area down there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yes, it's on the other side. Yes, I'm blanking. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
But
Of course.
I think it's Fox Island Marsh, but there's a ton of oyster beds there. Of
Right.
a great,
Right. I
okay.
was thinking of the parking lot on the other side. Right. It's
and
at
this
the end of Baker Road. Right.
parking lot, it probably holds 4 to 5 cars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you for your initiative, Olivia. Bottle bill expansion, you have anything, Lydia?
yeah, today I had a great conversation with a person in Marjorie. Ooh, I hope I have her name right. It's Representative Decker, who has a bottle bill expansion in the Mass Legislature. And his name is Elijah Booker. And I thought if we have questions, we can email those to him and he would come to speak with us at our next meeting
Mhm.
in July. So if you do have questions about the bottle bill, forward them on to me. One of them I had for him is it mandatory for retailers to accept bottles? And he was going to look into that. They are trying to move away from plastics and glass, move away from plastics and expanding the bottle bill to all containers, including cartons, apparently.
Awesome.
He said reverse vending machines are an option because he does understand that retailers are sometimes burdened with storing bottles and cans and containers. And with these reverse vending machines, that problem kind of goes away.
It just allows you to deposit your empty.
Yeah. And I, of course, brought up, the refilling would be the way to go in the future. Are there any companies besides the craft beer companies that are refilling growlers? Are there any other? And some dairies are refilling glass bottles, but wouldn't it be great if there were others that were going to refill soda and seltzer and all the
Right.
rest in glass?
Mhm.
So hopefully he can join us. He's going to check.
And where can we see what the bottle bill expansion
Sure.
potent is?
I can put it in the chat, but you go to Mass Legislature, or you can just Google Mass Legislature bottle bill.
Okay. Yeah, I would really like to know that question about whether it's mandatory to accept, because the liquor stores are not doing that now, some of them, like ours. Okay.
They're not accepting the bottles they sell?
No,
Wow,
they say, no, we don't do that anymore. We don't have room for them,
okay.
or they're too heavy, or we don't have the personnel. And I don't know what to say to that, like, well, don't you have to? But I didn't say that.
I think they suspended it during the pandemic
Okay,
and maybe
they
that's
did.
still in place.
All right, and then I guess they figured they could just continue to do that, because I'm sure they do have those problems with, space and labor and
Mhm.
whatever. Okay, reduce aquaculture plastics, any update on
No, I don't have any update on that.
already? Oh, yeah, reusable containers. I had a local kitchens, Meals on Wheels. So the lockdown cartel uses plastic freezer bags to deliver their fish. And she said, I wish we had some other solution to this so that we don't have to use all this plastic.
Mhm.
And I was just thinking, maybe, I don't know if they're going to continue now, or if now that their stores open, whether they're going to stop delivering in Brewster and Hart and Wellfleet. But if there were some kind of containers that they could use for different sizes, like 1 pound, 2 pounds or whatever, that were reusable. So if someone puts a deposit on it, then they bring it back, they can wash it and reuse. I wonder,
Yeah.
number one, if they would be interested, and number two, whether that could be like a pilot for reusable kind of stuff.
That sounds great. Stainless steel, so would be a
That's
good
what I was
option.
thinking. I guess we'd have to ask, like, well, they usually always put fish in bins.
I think
Like
it's all
trays.
pre-measured for the weight.
It
I-
is.
I
So they have
kind
to
of
weigh it.
doubt they would be prepared to weigh it there.
No,
Because
but they'd still do whatever they do, but they'd have the stack of, instead of their stack of plastic Ziploc bags, they'd have a stack of,
oh, they would have the
Yeah.
stack.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
and then people would wash and bring them back, or they'd wash, or, and I have no idea whether they could handle that, but I was just thinking of some alternative to all those little plastic baggies I keep bringing home. I mean, I don't know if the paper packaging that seafood stores use is any better, because it's probably covered with
There's some coating, yeah.
some coating that's not wax, and so probably petroleum based.
I think we need to look into that, because I've noticed more and more, they're saying this is PFAS free. I've also seen that on aluminum cans,
Mhm.
that it's not unlined or something. So there's a lot of awareness about these liners. So I think we'd be good to look into that.
Yeah,
That company is it BMI, the one that researches compostable tableware and takeout containers.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's not a BPI.
Yeah, I think they have a whole list of items that are approved. So they probably have those.
Okay, I'll look into that, because I did a lot of research on that when we did the compostable takeout
Mhm.
buying guide to make sure we could afford PFAS, but I'm sure a lot has changed since then.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think Max is using an unbleached paper for their fish wrap. I could be
Okay,
wrong. I'm just
alrighty,
not sure.
okay. And outreach materials, farmer's market table. Lydia, that was something you were thinking about?
Yeah, I was at the farmer's market a few weeks ago, and I stopped by the farmer's market table, and they are willing to have the recycling committee have a table there with information. It would be not in the kind of circular part, but more in the alley that leads to the market, which is nice because that's always in the shade. And they just need a week's notice. And I thought if anyone would like to join me at the table, it would be on a Wednesday, they start at 8, 8 to 12. And we could set up the tent or not. Maybe the tent's not needed.
And what would you have there?
Well, we could have all kinds of educational materials and show off what's recyclable, what's not recyclable. Talk about, the beach cleanup program that's happening, other programs in Wellfleet. A place for volunteers to sign up for road, things like the road race or other events.
Okay. We still have lots of our recycling guide.
Yep, the smart guide, you mean?
Yeah, for the one tailored to Wellfleet transfer.
Mhm.
department. I have them in my basement.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. It's certainly a place where people would be interested in that, compost information as well.
Yeah, that's a favorite.
It'd be great to be able to do some kind of little display. And also tips. People love tips. And things like
I thought you meant a tip jar.
that too. The things like the tea bag, what tea bags are plastic. I don't find out until, I'm just educated by my compost, like, oh, these never disintegrated. Oh, great, I have all this plastic throughout my compost. So they've started looking at which brands do not have plastic in them. So, that kind of information. And there's, tons of it online that we could get snippets of things and put onto flyers or whatever.
Yeah, I thought a kind of sandbox would be a good display if you
Too,
make it
yeah,
into quarters or sixths or something.
with example do's and don't kinds of things.
Yeah,
And did you say, Lydia, they want a 1-week notice or a couple day notice?
1 week. And I think we could go more than once. So depending on volunteers and so on. I think it'd be good to do it in
I'm free in
July.
July. I'm free in July.
Oh, great. All right, well, let's talk about a date. Do you have, some days are better than others? Maybe.
Maybe we could
I
do
could
that
do
all
July
quarter.
or August.
We could
Yeah,
also-
maybe we could do one each, we want to be probably 2 people, but I could do one. And maybe we could just do a couple hours rather than, but they
Well,
open 3 or 4 hours.
they're open from 8 to 12. I think it's good
Yes.
to be there for the whole period. It's not that long. Personally, I think. How about if we play it by ear because the weather's going to have an impact?
Okay,
We want to have a day when it's going to be nice. How about-
already. And start collecting things for a do's and don'ts display. And I can get the cards out. And you said we just got some new cards, the recycling, the whale of a problem plastic thing.
Mhm.
Okay,
And if anybody has a crate that has dividers in it that we could use for this kind of sandbox display, that would be really helpful.
I have a wooden crate, but it doesn't have dividers in it, but
Maybe we could, maybe we could make divider. Oh,
yeah, okay. I'll think about things that I might have that would work.
sounds good. Thank you.
And boating guide and textile recycling guide.
Those are
Those are
things
both-
we could distribute at this
Oh,
table.
okay, right, good idea. And Provincetown Independent, so the shrink wrap ad that we put in ran for, I think, 4 or 5 weeks. That was for $140, so we just submitted the invoice to get paid by the town. Website and media posts, social media posts, I think. I think
How long
Chris
did we
sent
run
an
the
email.
ad? Sorry.
I'm not sure if it was for a few weeks. It was during
Okay,
May.
I'll put few weeks.
And-
Yep.
I think it said 5 weeks on it. And then for website and social media posts, I did ask Rebecca to fix some things on our town website. There's still some things to fix though. And one thing was to put our website there so people could get to it. And social media, I think that Chris said she's posting about once a week. I'm keeping an eye on them. She's posting all kinds of good stuff and has 500 followers.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And let's see, last thing, Chamber of Commerce guide and website. We talked about that. The other thing I forgot to put on the agenda was the community cutlery. So we have a tent now, a 10 by 10 foot Patriot tent. And I'll bring it to town hall for our little thing, and you can bring a banner,
Town meeting.
town meeting. And we can bring a banner. And I finally finished getting the photos that Chris and Olivia and I, that Chris took with assistance in March. So I sent those off to Naomi.
Right.
And you had asked Lydia about, is it too early to start sort of talking about the library of things? And I think it probably is too early because she has to Naomi now has to work with Peg to learn how to like create a catalog and how that would all work. And
Okay.
then we have to figure out how to store things
Mhm.
and how to present them. You know, what package do people take home?
Okay.
And I think that is probably a matter of looking at what we have and saying, how can we divide this up into carryable pieces that people can check out?
Mhm.
And I don't know what that is, but if that's something we have to address.
Mhm.
We have minutes for May. Months are going so fast, I can't keep track of them. I looked and even though I wasn't there, I provided some small corrections. Are we ready to vote on that? I make a motion to accept the May meeting minutes.
I second the motion.
All in favor? All for
Yeah.
it. All right. And the accounting report. Oh, let's talk about terms ending 6:30. Neither Jaya nor Jane are here. I think Jaya does intend to re-up.
I think so.
Yeah, and Jane is feeling like she's not providing much at the moment, and I think she might be ready to step down. But I will talk with her and see for sure. The accounting report we have, let me just share my screen for a quick moment.
I hope she stays on. She's a dyed-in-the-wool recycler, that's for sure.
What'd you say?
She's a dyed-in-the-wool recycler. I hope she'll.
That she is,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, I don't have it up right now, but I will send out to all of you the, we have about $700 left in our account, our operating expenses account. And let me just get back to you wherever you are. Yes, there we go. We have about 700 left after the expenses of the tent, the banners. We bought another stainless steel 10-liter with a stand. I think that's about it.
And then we're going to buy that, the hose covering for
Look at,
roadways.
yeah, we'll look at the hose coverings to see if we can get something for that.
And the decals.
And the decals, thank you.
So those are all approved as of this meeting, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
we don't have to vote on that, do we?
Oh, look at that dog. It's so cute.
I know.
I think we should. I'll move that we buy the road covering for the hoses and
Okay.
the decals.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, great.
Yeah.
So that is it. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us.
What about Carrie? Does she want to say anything? Give us-
Oh, yes,
Sure.
Carrie joined us. Hi, Carrie, do you have anything?
Hi, yeah, I had my quarterly review meeting with the DPWs and transfer stations this morning, and it was from 10:30 to 11:30. So that's why I popped on a little late for the meeting. So no real huge updates, but with the feasibility study that the county did with our two vendors. So Patty Daly from the commission had a call with Joint Base Cape Cod. And there was a lot of optimism and openness on their end about the railhead as far as transportation of municipal solid waste and that possibility of a partnership, as well as an Upper Cape commercial organics composting, food waste organics composting facility So they're looking to us to provide logistics as far as, permitting, cost, size, vendors, etc., so that we can move that conversation forward. So that was very exciting news. So that's sort of the steps forward as we're working towards doing this. The boat shrink wrap that you brought up, Christine, and having that in the Independent, etc. Thank you for advertising that. We have a partnership with AmeriCorps, who is coming in July, the week of July, because the program closes June 30th, but I'm sure, Mike or whoever will allow more materials to come in if there's space. But the collection program itself ends on the 30th. So the week of July 11th, AmeriCorps members are going to come in for a quality control, quality assurance review of the material stream. So any contaminants like, ropes, wood, zippers, things like that, they'll be there to remove it, to condense it, to potentially add it to another container if it's not full enough for transportation purposes, etc. So that is slated to go to Brockton sometime in July, where it will be baled. And it, like I had mentioned before, it stays in North America. That was very important to this, choosing our vendors, where it was going to go. We didn't want it shipped out internationally, etc. So they'll be turned into garbage bags. So that's kind of a cool thing. If folks ask, what does my shrink wrap turn into? They will be garbage bags. Plastic and more plastic, but at least it's using plastic that already exists. So that was really the updates. The latex paint recycling event will happen August 6th in Dennis at the Tony Kent Arena. So we will have some advertising go out to let the Cape Cod residents know that we are doing that from 9 to noon on August 6th, which is a Saturday. So that's free for residents to bring in their latex paint only for Wellfleet, since it's the Dennis hazardous waste event. So they can't bring in their hazardous waste unless they want to pay for it as a non-resident of Dennis, but they can bring, anybody on the Cape can bring in latex paint.
And what month did you say that was, in July?
August 6th from 9 to noon at the Tony Kent Arena in the town of Dennis.
And
Okay,
just so everyone knows, Wellfleet has a paint. You can drop off your latex paint at Wellfleet anytime.
Yes, exactly. They do have a paint shed that's open, with the exception of the colder months where it could freeze.
Okay.
But yes, and Wellfleet does bring that paint shed paint to help offload it to the collection event, so that it can go into that 53-foot, semi to be transported to recolor paint to be recycled there. So Mike always arranges that with Chad. So that paint does get recycled as well. That goes into the paint shed. So that's great. So yeah, those were the primary updates. Was the shrink wrap, the feasibility study with Joint Base Cape Cod being willing to look at partnering with, the county as part of, this initiative, and then latex paint. So that's it on my end, ladies.
okay, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
And congrats on getting the shrink wrap recycling together. That's a wonderful initiative. So much faster.
It's so funny. It doesn't look like it or logistically seem like it, but there's so much going on in the back end. I mean,
Mhm.
Mike gives us so much of his time as we're planning, we're looking at vendors, we're trying to keep it local, domestic, all these little,
Mhm.
who can do it, who can do, how much is it going to cost, who's going to pay for it. So there's a
Right.
lot of
You froze on us. She might be gone. Okay, well, I think we should wrap up our meeting. It is 11:55 a.m.
I'll move to adjourn.
A second. All in favor of adjourning? Cats can weigh in. All righty, thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, Christine.
And we'll coordinate on farmers market by email.
Super.
That was great.
Okay.
Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.